Everybody, it's David Wilkes. I wanted to thank everybody for joining my channel. Please, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I got lots of great content coming out soon. We went to the lake yesterday with the boat. It was badass. We had a great time with it, so we'll have upcoming videos of that pretty soon. We've got more boat videos, more trailer build videos. Eventually we'll get to building that Bronco, and we've got other vehicles that we're working on. Some of y'all may have seen the ambulance. We're gonna go forth and build that out. There's a lot of cool stuff coming, so if you haven't subscribed, please do that. Smash that like button, share it with your friends, and be sure to hit that notification bell. Today you'll see I have two of the Harbor Freight Predator generators sitting on my table here, and I wanted to share with you some really cool features about both generators, but I'm not going to go into an unboxing and all that. But what I will show you, there's the Vulcan 220, a truly badass welder. I've welded with a lot of great tools in the past, and this, my friends, is one of my favorite all-purpose welders. I mean, you could TIG with it, you can MIG with it, you can stick with it. I'm telling you, it is a great product at a killer price. And you just, seriously, if you want to save some money, go for it. But if you want a good quality product, that's it. So let's get into this, and I'm going to go through the video. If you got any questions about what you've seen or what I've shared here, please feel free to leave a comment down below, and I try to answer almost every single comment. Thank you. So what we have here is the Predator 2000 inverter. And let me go over a few things about this generator. There's the box for it, and there's the 3500 behind it. I've had that 3500 for quite some time, and it is absolutely one of the most impressive. But let me share with you a few little features of this right off the bat. I don't have my Honda here. I loaned that out to Unstoppable Morgan. She's cruising around. I don't know where right now, but she's having a good time, I'm sure. And I'm sure the dogs are, and we miss them all. But let me share with you on this one. The Honda has a separate choke that's on the side. This one is built in. So when you move this to the start position, it automatically chokes it. So one of the things that I'm going to share with you in this is I'm going to pull this side panel off, because on this model, you have to take the side panel off to check the oil. You have to do the same thing with the Honda, so that's not really something that's different. But again, there's a lot of benefits to this little generator, all in all. You see it has the pull start on the opposite side. It even tells you right here that it has a combination switch for the choke. So before I get too deep into this, I'm going to pause this and we'll get right back to the action. So today I'm using my little Bauer. I'm just going to pop this right off right here. Take these 3 screws out. That one's going to fall all by itself. Probably on the ground. This pops out and comes down. Now you'll note there are 3 tabs that drop down into these slots here, and then there's 2 push pins. That's pretty important stuff. I'm going to zoom this in so you can see. If you look right here, this is your throttle cable. When you go to the run position, it's automatically governed, but then when you turn it to the choke position, you see it automatically chokes. Now, this hasn't gone over in any video that I've found yet on the internet. This is your fuel bowl drain. If you need to store this for any extended period of time, it has a tube right here. So you can take a screwdriver, loosen this little screw here, and it will automatically drain into your fuel container. And then you see right here, this is your oil level. You only want your oil level to the very edge right here. You don't want oil running out of it. You don't want to overfill it. You don't want to do anything of the kind. You just want to make sure that it's right there, right at the very edge, and that's the proper oiling for this generator. And that's pretty much it. You've got your air filter right here. I recommend, if you're using this in very dusty areas, that you check that often. It's just so simple. It really is. There's not much that makes this thing a very difficult generator to use. I'll zoom back out and I'll put the panel back on. Show you how simple this is. Line up the three tabs. Of course, lining them up is easier said than done. It's the center one. There we go. Pop, pop. Put the screws back in. Very simple. And if you haven't bought one of these Bauer, these things are awesome. Love them. I got tons of these. So the other thing is, I'm gonna go ahead and put a few gallons of fuel in it. Well, maybe not a few gallons, maybe a gallon. Just enough to run it for what we're doing today. Oh, spilled a little. And we'll get a little bit more. We won't need a full tank for what we're doing today. Let's get a paper towel. I already got my towels ready because I knew I was going to do that. I was not the child in school that didn't make a mess. Wipe out the excess, put the cap on, tighten it down, move the gasoline container. All right. Well, now that we got some fuel in it, another feature on this is up on top is your sight level, so you can see how much fuel is actually in it. So I'm gonna move the phone back a little bit right here. Make sure that the eco is off. Turn it to the start position and just give it a pull. Now you can hear it's at full throttle right now, full output. Now that's in the eco mode. It's very quiet, but I'll be honest with you, it makes a little bit of noise. That's these pieces of metal rattling. It's also on a wood table top, so yeah, it's gonna have a little bit of amplification, but it's super quiet. It's actually quieter than my Honda. But here's what I really wanted to show you guys today. I'm gonna pick this up. I'm gonna show you that this cable right here is the 110 input, and it's still in my hand. I'm gonna leave that plugged in, and I'm gonna get set up to weld. Because this is what I think is so unique and so awesome about this generator. I'll bring this closer. First, I think of safety here and put my gloves on. while I'm letting that warm up in the eco mode, go ahead and turn the generator on. Notice that it kicked up all by itself while it was in eco for this to start up. Now, if you can see, let me move this over here. You can see clearly this is over 18 volts, 440 inches per minute. That's not set up. This is my setup for 110 25 wire. I'll use this piece of steel here as my base. We'll just weld some stuff together on this piece. Now, I'm going to turn this up to about 16 volts. Now, this has 1600 watts of output. That means 16 volts continuous. We'll turn this up to about 250. That'll be 250 inches. The 16 volts is your inductor. That's the amount of juice it's put into it. Now, I'm going to take this off of eco mode, adjust the camera. I want to show you one more time. Here's the plug. Oh, there goes. Going right into the generator. Turn the eco off. Now I won't say that's my prettiest weld. Every time I had to move, you heard the machine bobble a little bit. Let's see if we got any heat into that. Not much. But that, again, that's 1/4 inch thick. So let's try something different here. Let's put this on there. Turn my wire up a little bit more, 260. Yeah, it's looking like peanut butter. Let's go a little bit higher. Problem is I'm running, the wire's not staying steady because I'm holding it back. That's getting better. Now, I haven't said that I'm a great welder by any means, but let's say you're on the side of the road or at a racetrack and you broke something on the suspension or you broke something on your trailer. I think you can see that this generator will help you get home. Once again, I'm no professional welder. I don't do this for a living, but that's got some penetration. You can see the heat marks on it. We'll spin it around. Yeah, we got some heat into that. Not a lot, but you know, in a fix, I'm certain somebody that's much better at welding could do this a lot better than I can. But it goes to show this little Predator here is worth every penny. And well, this welder's pretty badass. Hope that helps out. Let's see. All right, now I'm gonna show you what happens if I turn the amps up a little bit. Let's go to 16.5. Let's go 17. Now, this says 1600 running watts. That shows 1700. Let's see what happens. That's an overload. So hit the reset button. Notice that the Omni also cuts off. We'll wait for it to come back up. Now it did the tack. What happened is I lost grip here. Eco. Now, I went up 1 full volt, and you see the heat mark in it now. Plus I had quite a little gap right here on the end because I had about 1/8 of an inch gap, and it filled that in pretty well. So there's no doubt in my mind that if you've got to do something on the job somewhere, the Predator is one of the best tools you can have in your truck. All right, now I wanted to do a comparison side by side. So I'm going to turn this around while it's running. I hope this thing starts. I haven't started forever. Let's see, start, hit the starter. No, battery's dead. It has a battery right in here. So let's do here. We'll do a pull start. Forget to put a switch, Eco off, run. This thing hasn't started. There it goes. I wonder if it has gas in it. I have a zip tie around the wheel because this little thing rattles. They've come out with a newer model that has the brake on the other side, and it's a lot quieter. As you can hear, this one is notably quieter. The only thing rattling is this thing back here. Built-in spark arrestor. Hear how quiet that thing is? Alright, let's turn this. Go to run on this one. Oh, this one's still trying to power up the... Let's turn this off. This is turning at a much higher RPM, it sounds like. This is like a little low rumble. Now, mind you, it's also on a big piece of wood. Unplug this. So I'm going to do something else. Alright, so what I did is I moved both generators off that wood top table. This one's got some rattle to it. Let's turn the Eco off. It's probably running out of gas. I don't remember the last time I put fuel in that thing. And then this one's rumbling along. Let's shut this one off. It's still really quiet. The gas in this thing's probably a year old. And it's still fairly quiet. So I know people are going to ask, can we weld with the Predator 3500? Now, I don't think I can get all of the power out of this because I don't have the adapter plug for the 120 30 amp to my welder. But let's see how far it'll go before it shuts off. Alright, so what I've done is I've plugged the welder into the Predator, and right now it's not on Eco mode. And we're going to start at the 17 volts, which is what we were running max out on the 2000 inverter welder from Predator. let's turn this up a little bit. That was 17. Let's go to 18. 18 volts, 275. Getting a little better. Let's try 19. Weld the backside of this one. Let's turn up the wire a little bit. Go to 20. And I'm running to 325. Let's see. Go to 400. Let's see what it does there. Alright, so we've maxed out what the Vulcan 220 can do with the 25 wire at 400 inches per minute and at 20 volts using a 110 input. But you can see, as we up the voltage, the weld gets a lot better, but still proves that if you're in the field and you need to weld something, the Predator welders get the job done.